What's going on with Mark Ruffalo? The Hulk actor seems to have found a new target for his real-life anger in Elon Musk, and it has led to some of the most absurd displays of ignorance we've ever seen coming from Hollywood. Subscribe to the channel and take a look for yourself exactly what he said during a recent live stream before we dive deeper into it.
Elon Musk is such a two-faced turncoat traitor because he was a climate champion, and he sold himself out for a buck and some power. Don't follow that guy. That guy doesn't even have his original accent anymore. Don't follow him. Don't listen to him. We're the ones who we have to believe in. We're the ones who we're waiting for, and we are the ones that have to move forward together.
This is wrong on so many levels, not to mention questioning his original accent, which almost borders on racism if you think about it, but Elon Musk himself actually responded to Mark Ruffalo in a much overdue reply saying, quote, "Bizarre, I've done literally 1,000,000 times more than Ruffalo to advance sustainable energy, and who have I sold out to anyway? How much did they pay me? Nothing as far as I know." If you understand just how far back Mark Ruffalo's naive and ill-conceived political activism goes, you probably know that his animosity to both Elon Musk and Donald Trump is not new. And in that particular clip you saw, Mark Ruffalo's accusation that Elon Musk has turned away from being a climate champion, as he puts it, simply flies in the face of truth. Elon Musk, despite being an ardent capitalist, has spoken before in favor of a carbon tax from corporations polluting the environment, which doesn't exactly fit into the image that Mark Ruffalo is trying to portray. Not to mention, imagine saying that to the person who's basically the pioneer of commercializing the viability of electric cars in America, which a lot of people on the left of the issue will tell you is one of their primary goals at reducing the nation's carbon footprint. The idea that a lot of that footprint is offloaded to foreign nations in the supply chain is a topic for another day. Even if you look at Tesla's website, one of the first sentences you see on the website is, quote, "In pursuit of our mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, we build products that are designed to replace some of the planet's biggest polluters." But in a political culture that loves to divide political positions along hyper-partisan lines, it's clear that Elon Musk is an interesting mix that just doesn't fall perfectly in line with the narrow political lens of someone like Mark Ruffalo. But that's apparently just the start of it, because if you've been following Mark over this past year, you realize that he's joined a new club of elite Hollywood celebrities that love to sling mud at the X platform after Elon Musk's acquisition, while also insisting on remaining on it. For example, in the last few months, Elon Musk's X and Starlink have been a target of government censorship from places in South America, including Brazil and Venezuela. Both of these governments have accused Elon Musk and X of supposedly fomenting interface in their national affairs or being a national security threat. That's obviously the excuse most governments use to ban something, but for some reason Mark Ruffalo decided to defend these foreign authoritarian governments against Musk and X. He wrote on X after quoting from the Brazilian judge who banned X, saying, quote, "Elon Musk showed his total disrespect for Brazilian sovereignty and in particular for the judiciary, setting himself up as true supranational entity and immune to the laws of each country." De Moraes wrote, "Because it is a weird and entitled billionaire, tech bro, tax him heavily." Apparently, Mark Ruffalo agrees that providing a global social media platform to users is the same as becoming a supranational entity. I wonder if that charge is only reserved for X or platforms like Meta or Google as well. But it's a really interesting window into how eager someone like him would be in supporting censorship of a social media platform simply because he doesn't like the person that owns it. How hard could it be to stand on the principle of free speech and say that X should not be censored or banned by governments just because it hasn't affected you yet? Apart from taxing Elon Musk heavily, which he already is, Mark Ruffalo has also called for tighter regulation against him and his business empire. Ironically, on the X platform itself, he wrote, quote, "As a worldwide public square, this app should be heavily regulated for misinformation and spamming by hostile interests. If Elon can't do that with his company, it should be seen as a public utility under governmental supervision. This system unregulated will be more deadly." It's incredible that someone like this calls themselves as anything other than a non-believer in the idea of free speech, because this is the exact kind of argument that starts to slow glide to authoritarianism and censorship against people and platforms that challenge the status quo. But despite that, the mere fact that these ill-conceived and dangerously naive political statements are even made just shows you how much to take these big Hollywood names seriously. But let me know in the comments if you agree, because Mark Ruffalo certainly isn't the only one that seems so tone-deaf to how important it is to protect the ideal of free speech from tyrannical censorship.